wasn't exactly sure what it was. But there was something to the thinking about work that I was coming across in Italy that inspired me for this project. They don't just do work. They craft it. They think about it. They recognize the service it offers their life and the disservice it can offer if we don't create a philosophy for how to do it. I don't know, in Italy it just feels like they understand that philosophy is not just an idea, but that it's a way to live life. It's a way to do our work. There's always the beautiful side of Italy, but what I've been shocked by is just how beautiful some of the work here is, some of the ideas, the philosophies, the mindsets around work.
Di rendermi utile a persone che potevano avere bisogno di alcuni consigli e me ne sono innamorato sempre di più.
So it started with the curiosity, and then it was falling in love with this idea that I could create really beautiful work at the same time as helping other people gain finance.
Dei figli che devono andare all'università, quindi è una grande responsabilità.
I understand the large responsibility that people are not just entrusting me with their money, but they're entrusting me with their dreams.
And that's what we've been exploring. And I'd say so far there's been a theme that's emerged. And it's this idea that here, for most people, work truly serves life. And if it starts to be the other way around, there's a way to put a stop to that. And so that's what's been most exciting, is really exploring that mindset. And I want to remind us that this project is about pushing our thinking about work. It's about exploring new ways of dealing with work, incorporating work in your life, and building the relationship of work, because sometimes we get caught, trapped in just almost tunnel vision around what work is meant to do in our lives. And when we can expose ourselves to other versions of it, potentially we can build something else. So this isn't about making you better at your job, although I'm sure it's going to do a bit of that. It's more about helping you declare and build your life's work. The man I'm about to talk to, Luigi, behind me, is a master of coffee. And he's been doing this every day for decades. And if you think about that, what would keep you satisfied about making the same drink over and over again, day in and day out? I'm curious about that answer.
So even though this has been a really successful coffee shop, I've been reluctant to open more of them because there's a danger of losing myself to my work. Right now I have this one place and my family works with me, so I have to be careful of what changes would happen if I take on too much. So if the lesson we learned in France was about connection, human to human connection, the lesson here in Italy has been totally different. It's this idea of when is enough enough? Because what I've learned is that unless you have an answer to that, our default is to just keep doing more, trying to earn more, trying to get more done. There's a fundamental difference if your primary pursuit is about doing better, not doing more. Because lots of us end up on a track or a treadmill where we're just doing more and more and more. In Italy, we've been learning the opposite. When and how do you say enough? And we're in a conversation with a financial advisor. Andrea, this is the perfect name for a financial advisor. Andrea Avantaggiato. Essentially means advantage, or the lucky one. Could this be a better name for a Nome
financial
perfetto
advisor?
per
No,
questo
sì.
lavoro, eh?
Sì.
So, come fortunato.
Sì.
Grazie.
Sì, grazie. It's an essential work lesson. Knowing the boundaries of enough. Without it, satisfaction gives way to the chase. It gives way to the need for more. This is a huge lesson for me in Italy.
This isn't just about coffee. It's because coffee provides an opportunity for people to talk and for them to open their minds. And I've seen a lot of minds open over a cup of coffee. And I've seen Italy change over the last 50 years over a cup of coffee.
But there's also something else. Another point that many of us need to hear. It's this sense of liberty and freedom in work that makes such a huge difference. Remembering that work is about people first.
The company behind it all is just that. It's behind it all. And in fact, that's when companies do their best, with that kind of balance.
So I'm going to ask a new question. Because he said, if I work with them, making it feel like he's making a choice in this too. It's not just the client choosing him, but he's choosing them. It feels like in southern Italy, there's this mindset where people are trying to work with the people they want to work with. Where does that come from?
Lui vuol sapere se tu...
Esperienze, i loro obiettivi, la loro famiglia.
For me to do a really good job with those particular friends I'm working with, then I can't take on more because then the experience and the results of the people I'm working with will suffer. So I myself have to say this is the only people I can work with. So the thing that I think brings the most satisfaction is freedom. So feeling as though you're free to do this work. The best thing is when we're all actually pointed in the same direction and we understand the relationship of all. Then it's everybody wins.
Si sta lavorando bene, senza condizionamenti.
I think when you have freedom in work, freedom to satisfy the needs of the people you're working with rather than the pressure that a company puts on you, that can be very difficult for people. We have a great responsibility here. We have a moral, ethical responsibility here.
La persona, la famiglia, ci sta affidando la gestione dei suoi sogni e non può essere condizionata da nulla e da nessuno.
Because we have a moral and ethical responsibility to best take care of people's dreams, we cannot be pressured by what this company wants, because I have the responsibility of somebody's future and somebody's dreams. And if I put the responsibility of the company first, this is not an ethical way to function.
Love that idea. Love that.
The people on the first.
Sì, grazie Andrea.
Thank
Piacere.
you, thank you Kai for this very interesting conversation. Thank you so much.
How do we recognize that better is where to focus as opposed to more, so that we don't just get caught in a rat race? How do we build autonomy and freedom in our work so that we can truly serve the needs of a client and not just a business? So perhaps this is a moment to pause and think. Like I was offered a moment to pause and think in southern Italy. We can't just do work. We need to choose how to do our work and how to stop doing it too. It gives you something to think about, doesn't it?